hazards, particularly to be more adaptable, more resilient, particularly during the summer period, that is the most hazardous period according to this region. And I will present some outcomes from the URBAN-PREX project, but also I will mention a few following projects that we after that. And what was our motivation? Of course, when we talk about the summer periods in the Europe and these city regions, and particularly urban areas, we have these pluvial floods. Every year we have few pluvial floods in Novi Sad, and it looks like this. You know, we have it's mostly after the very intensive showers and storms, and we have few hours a lot of water on the streets. It's of course a problem for the citizens and for the traffic. And also, it's not always one climate change hazard, it's always more. On the other hand, we have every year more and more hot days, more and more very intensive and long heat waves. It's very often following but very destroying storms. For example, this year we have 2 storm cells, and it was very devastating for the green areas in the urban areas, particularly Urban Park and the tree lines in the streets. And for example, this is one urban park that is particularly devastated after those cell storms. We now miss about 20 to 30% of tree crowns, and of course, this kind of urban park needs decades to recover. It's reality, but also in that case, we also said, okay, near the urban parks and these tree lines in the streets, we also need in urban areas some other green infrastructure that can be useful for the citizen and then can in general use it. Okay, let's begin with URBAN-PREX project. It was focused on these pluvial floods hazards. We had one European Union cross-border project between Serbia and Hungary. We do that with colleagues from the University of Szeged in Hungary. Those 2 cities was in the focus, Novi Sad in Serbia and Szeged in Hungary. We created 2 main outcomes from this project. Colleagues from Hungary, they created this precipitation prediction model. It's 2-day precipitation forecast on the region level, with the focus that everyone can see some precipitation forecast and try to expect what will come in the next hours. And also we created in both cities 2 precipitation networks. In Novi Sad is about 15 stations, in Szeged it's about 10 stations, and of course those stations was very useful for the next 2 solutions. One solution we made in Novi Sad, one solution was made in Szeged. In Novi Sad, based on this precipitation network and also based on the sewage threshold that we get for the city, we made very simple calculation about the early warning system, this pluvial floods early warning system in Novi Sad. And we made it one platform that also those all data are visible and publicly freely. We were quite satisfied with this early warning system. We have these 3 levels of warning. It's of course green, yellow, and red. You suppose what mean each of them. And it was based on each station location. It means that we can also predict in which part of the city we accept these pluvial floods. In Szeged was another solution. It's water management system that is installed in the 3 different kindergartens. They created these underground precipitation collectors, about capacity about 12,000 liters. They collect the precipitation for the kindergartens and from the roof of the kindergarten building, and then later this precipitation water is used for some other purposes like irrigation during the summer period and similar things. What was unsuccessful in this project in the end? Unfortunately, after the 4 years, we are forced to shut down this system, this early warning system and network station, because after the project we wanted to give to the public companies in the Novi Sad were responsible for these kind of hazards, but no one interested in. And after the 4 years, unfortunately, because faculty don't have enough money for maintaining this, now we have to shut down. But also this year we also follow. It's worked quite good and it's borne the precipitation issues, but this is a reality that obviously they didn't want more responsibilities. They are afraid of more responsibilities. I just can say that this is the reason. Uh, the next project we think about, okay, after this um, pluvial floods, we also have these problems with the high temperature and the heat waves, particularly during the summer in urban area, and maybe we need also some more green infrastructure. Um, and in this green energy projects, we focused on the public buildings because public buildings are very problematic if we talk about energy efficiency and also microclimate conditions inside the buildings where people works. In the first project, it was also a European Union project, cross-border between Croatia and Serbia. In this case, we were focused again in Novi Sad in Serbia, but in Osijek in Croatia. And in Novi Sad, we chose the biggest school in the city. This is the one, and we implemented the green infrastructure. It's a green roof. It's 500 square meters because this building is very very big, and also the green wall. It's quite small because of course it's not possible to put the green walls all around the building. But as one good example, and also the idea was to create this stable green infrastructure. It means that irrigation engine will be powered by the green energy, by the solar panels, and also the irrigation to cover by the precipitation water. Not use the convenient electricity and not use the water for the system. Also, we created this solar panel power, and it's quite huge. It's produce green energy more than this engine is need. Also, it's cover 30 to 50% of the all electricity used in the building. But in the end, we couldn't provide 100% of sustainability. We had problem with the precipitation water. We made small collector here. It's about 1,000 liters. It collects the precipitation from the roofs, but we don't have enough precipitation, even in the winter. For irrigation of this extensive green roof, we saw that we need more water, and part of the water we need to use for the system, and it's not 100% sustainable. But this kind of solution is very good for these public buildings, according to the energy consumptions, because now this building has much lower carbon footprint compared to previous periods. And of course, I will skip some slides because of the time. It's not so important, but related to this project. And the next project, we also think about, okay, we implemented some solutions outside. What about the inside, indoor conditions? Also in the public buildings, because most of the people work 6, 7, 8 or more hours in those halls and those buildings. In the next project, we implemented this indoor green wall. It's Iceland moss, and Iceland moss is perfect plant for this kind of spaces and halls. For example, we make experiment in our building in Faculty of Science. It's a very huge building. In the second floor is Department of Geography. We are there. There are in this all offices are about 80 people who are working there, and those halls are very long and they are quite dark because there is no direct sunlight. You know, the offices and the classes are the classrooms is on the left and right sides. And we decided to implement this is the 70 square meters of Iceland moss. It's more than 50% of the whole area. And really, because I can say that because I'm every day there, we really made substantial changes in the microclimate and microenvironment. It's really now it's the Iceland moss. It gives oxygen, it's filter toxins for the air, and it's much more freshness in the space. Also, aesthetic is much more improved because according to the new European strategy Bauhaus, the aesthetic is very important for the people that they feel much more better. It's very important thing in the public health and well-being concept. And we really improved this hall. Of course, there is some people who don't like too much nature inside, but of course, for the most of the people, it was very good solution. And really, we improved this space. Obviously, it could be a very good solution. And of course, we now want to go further. we are now planning some new nature-based or green infrastructure solutions. Now we are planning some new projects to gain some new projects, and currently with one private company from Serbia that have 24 years experience in the green infrastructure. Now we are developing some new concept, again for the public space and for the citizens. And now it's some sort of outdoor living space. It's not literally to live there, but some sort of space that people can be inside, be some while time there, and to be relaxed and to be useful for them. This is some prototype up to now, but now it's still in developing. We'll see that we will have some succeed. It's also depend on the some new projects and some sources, because up to now we saw this kind of the solutions. It's quite expensive to create and install on some public spaces. And just one last slide. If someone who don't know, yeah, in next, you know that also it's every 3 years International Congress of Biometeorology. This year was in the Phoenix, but next one in 2026 will be in the Novi Sad. We will organize this, and you are welcome to come and participate, because also nature-based solution and bioclimate is very well connected. Thanks.
Well, thank you, Stevan. I think we have time for maybe one question, if anyone has one. You got one in the back there, Jelena.
Thanks, Stevan. Two questions, actually. One, just out of curiosity, how long do you run the lighting in the interior of the green walls when you are, like, on the weekends? Are the lights still on around the green walls? That's my first question. Or have you experimented with, if the lights are off, you still get good foliage growth and everything works fine?
It's about indoor green wall.
The indoor green wall, yeah. And my second question then is around the concept you're looking at developing around the green living room areas in cities or within Novi Sad. Are you considering these as a natural cooling space? Some cities around the world, most cities who have a heat problem will create cooling spaces, which can occur with either just like a shaded tent, or they offer you bottled water, or it's a swimming pool and they extend public hours, or it's actually an air conditioned room to go into. Are you thinking of it as an alternative to that? And are you also thinking, let's vegetate structured walls as an alternative to where you can't viably plant trees, either because there's just no space, there's root system problems, or irrigation problems, like being able to sort of fully tree roots access water, or even just tree mortality?
About second one, no, should be some sort of the cooling system also in this room, because it would be only the vegetated without any circulations or some additional accessories. It would be very hot inside during the very hot days. Maybe we will not solve the problems. But now in development, we are trying what would be the best options, also to be something cooling in the same time, to be in the shade, but also to be enough cool to be inside, because the purpose is that they stay there during the hot days. And of course, if it's about the first one, about these lights in the hall, yeah. During the weekends, there is no lights. No one is mostly not there. That's in the dark. And for this Icelandic moss, it's the perfect condition, because Icelandic moss don't like too much lights, sunlight. About these artificial lights, we check this, but should not be the problem for them, because it's not the real sunlight. Up to now, it's very, very new. It's almost 1.5 months. It's in good condition now, but we'll see after the 2 or 3 years. We have to check how it's going on.
All right, thank you, Stevan. I think we'll have to cut off the questions for now, but there's more time after as well. Michael Leonard is our next speaker. He'll be